Welcome back to 2K TV. Bill Simmons, the sports guy. Now, the sports guy is your nickname, but if you were a player, what would you have as your nickname?
Washed up.
Washed up,
Yeah.
that's it?
Yeah. I quit pickup like 5 years ago.
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K. And here in January, a few teams starting to solidify their spots in the power rankings. Others, not so much. A look at the Lakers. They're moving on up. 4th spot in the rankings this time around.
And guys, right now for Dallas, they just understand how good they really are. One of the biggest hurdles is to avoid complacency, though, down the stretch.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Then there's Doncic, and it's George in at the point guard. And for the Heat, at the 2 and the 3, it's Butler and Winslow. Jabari Parker is out there with Adebayo, and it's Van Vliet in at the 1. Smitty, the increased pace of the game, how does that affect players, you think, trying to get through the season in terms of, say, fatigue?
You know, I think for the teams that those coaches understand, they do a great job of playing 10, 11, 12 guys throughout the season. It usually bodes well. It's those organizations that's going 6, 7, only 8 deep. You see those guys start to fatigue, and any injury, then you really see it shows up on paper and on the floor when you're not a deep team.
The Heat have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And there's the pass to Adebayo. And here's Winslow. Pass to Van Vliet. Adebayo with the ball. He had 10 points in the win against Portland. Rocket 2. Shoots over Doncic. Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo. Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Now here's Butler. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Portland.
And it wasn't just the points. He brought hustle. He brought energy. And he brought it on the glass.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Here's George. Following the score by Miami. Misses from short range.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm. This is who you want leading that play. A sure passer with great awareness.
Now, here's George. He picked up 39 points in their last one against Philadelphia.
The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
Here's Van Vliet. It's tipped.
And not exactly quick off the floor, but Luka uses great anticipation to make defensive plays.
I remember when the Heat first hired head coach Eric Spoelstra. Young guy, had Riley's blessing. But many observers wondered aloud whether he could handle LeBron, Wade, and Bosh. In a funk this quarter, he's trying to shoot his way out of it.
And that one's good. Parker.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Eric Spoelstra gave me a few minutes to catch up. Now, they lost the first game against this team, but the coach said he's not worried. He thinks they just have to rely on their offense a little more. He told me, look, the first time didn't go the way we would like, but I still think we can score against these guys. We have to keep the ball moving, and then we have to finish strong. We're trying to even up the season series at 1, Kevin. We'll see how they do. Back to you.
All right, David, we'll see if their strategy will pay off. Greg, centering their efforts now on generating points.
Yeah, and I can understand what they're trying to do here. Come out of the gates with some heat.
And it forces your opponent's best scorers to expend energy at the defensive end. Makes the strategy a win-win.
And for Spoelstra, Smitty, he ultimately proved more than capable, leading the Big Three to championships.
And look now, he's the second longest tenured head coach in the league, tied with Rick Carlisle. Of course, Popovich is #1. That just shows you how much this franchise values stability.
Mavericks making a switch here. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Powell. Porter comes in for Porzingis. Hardaway's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Seth Curry in for Luka Doncic. Here's Nunn. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Clock at 4. Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo. Adebayo's got 6.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
The deep 3 from George. Another 3 for Dallas.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
43 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And Porter, here we go. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
The ability to beat people off the bounce, something Porter's worked on, and you see it working from him there.
Nunn passes to Hero. We've got 22 seconds left in the first. Passes it to Adebayo. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
And here's George for 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
You know why? Success breeds confidence, and he's certainly been successful from there, time and time again.
We'll get right back to the action when we return. You learn about Jimmy Butler, difficult journey to where he is now.
Basketball, that's that.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. For Miami, they have gone 6 of 9 at the line. And that one misses. Even when plays, Steve, aren't being run for them, certain guys always get a lot of their points on tip-ins and putbacks. They're always right there. Who catches your eye in that category?
Andre Drummond, for sure, Kevin. He's phenomenal on the offensive glass. Rudy Gobert, Al Horford, he gets those timely tip-ins.
He does, you're right.
And look at another guy is Whiteside. When he's engaged, he can. Marvin Bagley is a newer name, and he's fantastic at that as well.
At the 2 and the 3, it's Butler and Winslow. Aaron Baines out there with Jabari Parker. And it's Van Vliet in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Outside, George. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Mavericks shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Adebayo is checked in for the Heat. And George drops them both.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Miami. They trail by 1. After this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta where they'll take on the Hawks. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jimmy Butler has made several all-star teams, but he remains single-minded in pursuit of his bigger goal. Butler said, "I just want to win a championship. That's all that matters. I didn't do it in high school, didn't do it in college. If I don't win it here, Then I'll go to the 50 and over lead someday. But I got to win a championship at some stage. Kevin?
I like that attitude. Thank you, D.A. Pass to George. Fires it up. And another basket for Dallas.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
The Heat trail by 3. Van Vliet looking around. High arcing shot, and it's good on the way in. Van Vliet's got 4 points now in the quarter.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
And that one's good, George.
And even after all those three-pointers he hit in that first quarter, it looks like the D still didn't learn its lesson as they've left him open for another one.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside Butler. The pass to Adebayo. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Winslow wide open. He fires. Great look, but off the mark. And here's George for 3. It's good from long range. Now it's a 7-point Maverick lead.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor right now for the Mavericks. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Then there's Doncic, and it's George in at the 1 spot. The Heat trail by 9. Outside Butler. Shoots over Doncic and misses it off the right side of the rim. The Mavericks shooting a tremendous 61% from the floor, hitting at all cylinders. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Adebayo.
And guys, his effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. He'll be looking to play a smarter game tonight.
And George drops them both. The Heat shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them. Butler on the wing. Back to Van Vliet. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists now in this one.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Butler with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. There's Winslow. It's hauled in by George. Mavericks leading by 9.
Well, they say players are made in the summertime, and that's Jimmy Butler's favorite time of year. He calls it grimy season. Gets out in the country and puts in that work.
Here's Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
Justice Winslow has done an excellent job of being unselfish and making the right play.
And here's George for 3. Miami grabs the miss. And Greg, those summertime workouts for Butler, they are something.
I mean, they sure are. He calls them bandanas and buckets. Grows his hair out, 2-a-days, hot yoga, intentionally isolated from the hustle and bustle of the big city. It gives him an excuse to really just lock in.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And Coach can't like what he's seeing, trying to get them.
when the game is decided and the clock is running out, the winning team shouldn't try to score. But we're seeing more of that these days. I'm not sure why. Kind of an unwritten rule. What do you think about that, Steve?
Yeah, Kevin, it used to be. And I watch a lot of these players come in. The game is decided. You know, they're up 10 or down 10, and they're still out here dunking, shooting. Back in my day, Kevin, you get that little ugly look from the team, and then the next game, you usually come up with a hard foul against you just to send a message.
5 on the clock. Throws it up high. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Up again.
And I don't care what his size is. You cannot forget to box him out. He's just got a nose for the ball, and he is fearless in attacking the glass.
Nunn passes to Hero. Here's Nunn. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Nunn's got his second basket of the night.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Proving once again that when you attack with confidence, good things tend to happen.
George, no good.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
Adebayo against George. Takes the 13-footer. It's hauled in by George.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
And that one's good. Right.
He needs to be more proactive on offense and shoot it more. He's making most of his shots, so he's got to demand the ball more.
Here's Hero. Guarded by Wright. Here's Hero. From outside the arc, it's off. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a 10-point lead. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platform.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Robinson is out there with Parker. Then it's Fred VanVleet. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Butler in at the 2. That's the group in the game for the Heat. 6 on the shot clock. Unloads from 13. Mavericks with the rebound. Howell's got 4 rebounds in this game. And it's George finishing it off.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And the defense knows he's relentless. You have to try and match that intensity.
Adebayo finds Parker. Butler in the corner. But they get it back. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Hardaway.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
The Heat trail by 14. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's VanVleet. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. So it's the Mavericks now. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota, where they'll take on the Timberwolves. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip.
Phenomenal how many threes he drained in the first half, especially considered he's hit none since.
And it's sent back by George. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. And Miami making a change here. Winslow's checked in. Curry's checked in for Dallas. Now here's VanVleet, defended by George. Yep, it goes, and the Dallas lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from VanVleet.
And this team's struggles are not his fault. He's putting in work at the offensive end.
A nice shot by George.
Down the stretch, this is when they need him the most, and he is delivering.
Doncic against Butler. It's over Doncic, and it's Butler missing.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
He gets that one. Curry's got the lead up to 14 now for the Mavs.
Man, I'll tell you, when you get your floater game going, it's a tremendous weapon.
Butler deciding where to go with it, and it's sent back by George. That's to Finney-Smith. Doncic outside. Parker with the steal. One-on-one here. Here's Butler. That one goes. It's counted.
You see the intensity in Butler's eyes. When you give him room to run, look out.
Dallas calls timeout. They lead by 12. 1:58 left to play here in the fourth. And now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan player of the game.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. Passes to Powell. Curry on the wing. Some nice passing here by Dallas. George. Porzingis passes to George. Goes back up, and the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis. And the Mavericks lead by 14.
He's not looking at the score. He's staying focused, and he's staying active.
There's two things they rely on him for: being competitive and bringing energy.
Here's Butler, and the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
You know what? This is a skill set to be able to take the bump and stay on balance after the initial contact.
And Greg, when you look at the top perimeter defenders in the game today, how high does Jimmy Butler rank on that list?
Look, he's in the top handful, no doubt about it. Multiple all-defense selections. He is a true two-way terror.
The three from George. Jabari Parker comes up with the rebound. Parker's got 7 rebounds in the game. And Butler gets it to go.
Those 220 pounds came in handy. Jimmy Butler using his big body and muscling those tough shots.
Now here is George. Guarded closely. Can't hit that one. And it's Miami the other way. Now Van Vliet. 44 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. He drops the first one, and that brings them within 8. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Marjanovic checked in for Dwight Powell. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Porzingis. Jackson, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Wright in for Seth Curry. And here's George for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. George has got 33 points.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
Miami no good on that time either. Deep, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. And took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing team.
And that'll do it, folks. Now for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on